Hello, my friends. Boomy here once again with another video for you, my SWTOR brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today in a galaxy far, far, far? Ooh, that tax hurt. Away. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for all your SWTOR fun, news, guides, well, sometimes guys, and updates right here, right now. My friends, if you want to see more content and stuff like that, more behind the scenes stuff, that's right, hit the Patreon or become a member. Okay, I'm done selling. My friends, so 7.4 is here, and with it came some story content, and I have to say, this is much better than what we got in 7.3. I'm not sweeping any stupid cantina, so there is a plus right there in my book. But we're going to do a separate video on 7.4 and my thoughts on it at a later date. Today, we're going to talk about the GTN, and no, this is not going to be a massive guide into all the changes of the GTN. This is what you need to know. We're not going to do that one. I have a video on how to play the GTN, and maybe perhaps I will do a video on how to play the GTN in 2023 with all the changes. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what time allows. But there are a couple things I wanted to point out with this GTN. That some things, as you know, if you go through Reddit, you go through the forums, there are some people who are like, man, I love the changes. And yeah, there are the other people who just think it's a complete and massive dumpster fire. And I kind of line up in the middle right there. One foot in the, this isn't bad, okay? Then the other part goes, dumpster fire. Now, before I get the comments, I know what they're doing and with their fixes they're doing here. I know a lot of it has to do with the massive inflation in game. I already know that, and I sort of agree with what they're doing, but at the same time, I don't. But let's take a quick little look at some things on the GTN that I'm like, why? Why'd you do that? Because it personally annoys me, and I want to. Now here we go. This is your interface for the GTN. One of the brand new things on here is this claim button right here, where you get to claim all your goodies, whether you purchased it or you sold it, and they get to come right here and you get to click it and get it back and do whatever it is you want to do. Space Barbie all day long. I mean, I for one love the Space Barbie, so what grown man doesn't, or woman? Now here is one of the things that I think is really kind of like, why did we do this in the first place? You know, it's the typical SWTOR, it's not broken, so let's fix it. Back in the day, in the old days, we would buy something on the auction house, or we would buy something on the GTN, whatever game you're playing, and you would hear a ding, you see the mail, you're like, aha, I will go to my mailbox and I will go retrieve said items, yes. But now you do not have to do that in Star Wars The Old Republic. Nope, you just go to the trusty little thing right here and you hit claim, and that's what you are going to get. That's where it's going to be. However, you will get mail with an itemized receipt of everything that went on with in that sale, which I think is kind of cool. I like that, but you do not get the item that you purchased or the credits that are coming your way. Now, this is where I think this is kind of a very bad design, in that they just added another step. As GTN players, yes, some PvPers, some people looking for GSF to pop off, you are waiting. So you go to the GTN, do your stuff. But for the rest of us, we plop crap on the GTN, we buy stuff, we go about our merry way doing the content. With this new change, your stuff doesn't come in the mail, like I said, but you have to go back to the GTN kiosk and go claim your stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see extra GTN kiosk things just running around on Korriban at all, or IOCATH. I just don't. IOCATH actually might make sense. It's more electronic. But anyways, it's not. But the mailboxes are more plentiful. But nope, instead you have to go either into your strongholds to go to your GTN if you have a room like I do, set up for selling and crafting and all that jazz. You go get the GTN, and then you go back to what you're doing. Unless there's a mailbox and you have a little thing for a mailbox, which would be a lot simpler than having to stop what you're doing, transport back to the GTN, get it, then go back to what you're doing. This is just an unneeded extra step in my book. But if people like it, party on. I'm glad you do. So the whole premise of this thing for some changes in the taxation they're doing in the GTN is to help the demon monster of inflation. God knows the whole world's going through that right now, so why not in our video games? But the prices are inflated. I will grant you that. Now, I'm not one of the people that put stuff onto the GTN overinflated, going, hey, they're going to buy it. No, I actually see those people who do that, and then I undercut them. Either way, for me, it's a massive profit. And more often than not, either someone who likes the lower price gets it, or the big boys who put crap up for the higher price take mine and then repost it. Either way, in my book, I just made one heck of a profit. Party on, you be you. But one of the things I did notice is the tax. Yes, I have not really noticed taxes before because I haven't really cared. Am I a whale? Well, I do need to lose weight. But am I a whale in the game? Kinda. I'm a baby whale. I'm not like running around with 20 billion credits. I've got a few billion credits to my name. But I can afford these taxes. And like right now the tax is about 10%, right? I put something up on the GTN. I'm gonna put one of the new die packs on there, and I saw someone selling it for $1 billion. So I'm like, screw that. I'm just testing this out. I'm just gonna sell it and see what happens for 250 million. That is a steal compared to some of the prices up there. And within seconds, it's sold. But I also looked, as you'll see here, what the buyer's tax for that sale is, and it's about 24, almost 25 million credits. That's about 10% of what it is, right? So I kind of said, ouch, that sucks. Listen, I'm a person who hates taxes to begin with. I think we need to have some taxes, but I don't know, Austin, in other cities, just get your hands on my wallet, man. But this one, I'm like, okay, the whales can take it, but who can't take it? The new player. The new player's not going to be able to afford some of these things. And yes, I understand the 10% is going to be a lot lower if it's on a lower item. I get that. But the newer players who don't have a lot of credits just coming in the game, or people who just don't have a lot of credits at all, are going to find themselves hitting a wall because of the high fees and high taxes. So what I want to do is say, Broadsword, I've got some other ideas that might be better than this. Instead of gouging your players, gouge them in a way that makes them feel right. For example, strongholds. Strongholds are king. People love strongholds. People want them. And so they will pay a lot of money for those strongholds. And cosmetics. Cosmetics. People love cosmetics and decorations for the strongholds. Come up with ways for that in itself to be a credit sink. Strongholds are a massive credit sink, right? But so are cosmetics, and they can be. So if you just had made a vendor for, when we have vendors for strongholds, for decos and whatnot, but had a special vendor, or even put more decorations up there, something that's higher value, that's another way of doing a credit sink. But it's also a reward for it. People are gonna be like, well, I just spent 100 million credits on that really cool portrait up there, but man, that portrait is screaming. It is looking awesome. People will do that. That is another credit sink. The nightlife event is a massive credit sink in itself. So why not have, and that comes during the summer, right? So why not have something winter related for like a winter's nightlife event or something very similar to that, where it becomes another giant credit sink? Why not do that? It's a nightlife event, but more Christmassy. Just saying, or I'm sorry, Life Day event with casinos. Instead of Jabba the Hutt, you're getting Wookiees everywhere, playing craps with you, and you're sinking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of credits into the system, and it's taking it out of the economy. I think that'd be a far smarter way, because people want to be rewarded rather than punished. And another thing I can think of that World of Warcraft does with the Expedition Yak mount, which has transmog and has a repair dude on it, vendor and all that jazz. And that's about, what, 100,000 gold? They have a giant brontosaurus looking monster that's about 1 million gold. Or I think it's even more expensive. So that's a big credit sink, gold sink in that game. In Star Wars The Old Republic, why don't we have a mount that's somewhat similar? That's going to be just, you know, you're going to put like maybe 1 billion credits to buy the thing. You get your mount, that's 1 billion credits out of the system. People want to be rewarded. That's why we play games. We want our loots. That's why we love MMOs. People want to be rewarded, but you also want to fix the economy. Well, why not do both at the same time? Instead of hitting everyone with fees, travel fees, quick travel fees, all these nickel and dimes. Believe me, I live in a state where they have freaking tolls. They nickel and dime us here all the time, and I hate it. Larg, freedom. But why not make it a reward in the game? Get rewarded. Then your people, it's a psychological thing. Your people will then not feel like they're being gouged or punished for wanting to buy something on the GTN or wanting to have fun. Let them have their fun. Have them feel rewarded and get all the pretty things, and then also help heal the economy at the same time. Instead of going through a giant GTN change, which no one asked for, and putting higher taxes that, well, no one asked for, And I think in the long run, that'll do better to heal the game and heal the economies in the game than just have massive taxes here and there. Because I promise you, just like in real life, we will find ways and loopholes to get away from those taxes. And I have seen it already in general chat and all that jazz, and people selling items they would normally see on the GTN, but they're now going into Gen Chat in private sales so they can get away from all the stupid taxes. So, my friends, what are your thoughts? What do you think SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, and Broadsword should do to really help out with the inflation and the economy in this game? Do you like the GTN changes that have happened, or are you like, what is happening? Why did you do this? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to know your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going down there. My friends, make sure you hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm likes us. And of course, we want it to like us. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become part of the family here at BoomyNation, the freak show YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community. And don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiee. And we'll see you later, my friends. Good day.